Welcome to Phoenix Sim Sports.
Takes the win at Le Mans.
What a performance. Absolutely incredible racing.
The wait for season 16 is over. And with that, new challenges arrive. Word around the paddock is former champion is looking to lead Alpine.
It's another race win here for Ballicator.
Ryan Ward is making a heroic comeback after having a very difficult start.
Season 16 is here. 10 rounds, multiple circuits. It's the ultimate test of skill and endurance.
From the first green flag to the final checkered, only one can rise above. Speed, strategy, precision. The smallest mistake caused the win. Only the fearless will rise above. This is Phoenix Sim Sports. Season 16 begins now.
And a very warm welcome, everyone, to the third of the final round here of the 16th Le Mans Ultimate Series here, which we're finally going to come over place here with the seasons very slowly drawing to a close. We're still in amidst the European phase of our travels from here until the very end. Well, it's been a fantastic debut for so for the first time ever on the platform here in Phoenix Sim Sport. We now draw over to across the English Channel over to Circuit de la Sarthe. Le Mans is going to be hosted through the 8th round of the championship. Very impressive race last time round, which did see a newcomer in the form of Cheeky and eventual championship winner in Ryan Ward in the midst of a battle that unfortunately ended in pretty memorable circumstances in the very end of it, but it was indeed the debut of a lifetime for David, and the statement that he has come as a front runner. It's been this way through before, and we can expect to see more or less the same here once again for this new season in season 16. Track is just slowly getting underway. We're going to expect for 20 minutes of qualifying coming up very soon. So given the long nature of the track here, there's no split difference between the qualifying here. It's 20 minutes, and that means it's going to be about, instead of the 10 usually for the GT3s, and then the 10 usually for the hypercars, it's going to be the full-on blast 20 from here right until the very end, and we'll find a pole sitter through that way, and all the cars are allowed to go through on track as they please, which also makes it one of the most hectic qualifying sessions that we see this year. So a quick memory of what happened last time. Lorenzo Hendricks just come on through from Silverstone to take on a very memorable win. That was his second this season, and has propelled himself up into the lead of the championship as it stands. With Ben Ward falling down from behind in second, and Kenzo, that DNF would still stand. He was disqualified at the very end of it, so he's languishing down over in third. He's about 7 points. He's about 7 points through behind with Wart, and Wart himself is about 50 points behind Lorenzo, including for the drop rounds, with Dolph Myers and Daniel Goshlet completing over through for the top 5 of the hypercars. Over to the LMGT3s, it is Bradley Cater that's still on a roll. 217 points he's had. He's picked up his 5th race win of the season and his 5th in a row. Stuart Brady, coming down from behind, is still recording his 5 podiums in a row. He's going to plan to make it at 6 as well, which is going to be a career best for the British driver. With Server Klepper following down from behind, recording for his best performances. He managed to achieve a 3rd for the Norwegian. That pushes himself up into 3rd. 86 points for himself, 136 for Brady, and 270 for Cater, which means Booth and Bellman falling for just behind 2 points apiece, 74 and 72 points respectively. Now we're going to quickly go on through to the race. Again, a lot of foretelling to see what could happen here. A brief yellow flag somewhere. Not quite sure who that could have been. That might have been Shabor actually just exiting out through very slowly. But as per usual, it's both qualifying sessions that we need to be concerned about. We'll do her through with the GT3s first, as per usual. Shabor, Warmshot, Brady, Raoul Pagdil, De Kock, Mass, Bellman, Cater, Belgi, Bartels, and Rivera have all gone out through. You have to start through there's first line laps, and then if we go over through to the hypercars, you got Wart, Goshlag, Crucial Blid, Hendricks, Waters, Francis, Cogger, No, Cogger hasn't left just yet. We definitely know for certain, can confirm Andrew Taggart will not be here today, which is not that it's unusual, but just a bit of confirmation over here from the commentary box as well. I will of course be recording for all of your comments as well, with Maxu going A, and Dark Penguin 24 with a cute little hi expression. Hello to you too as well, Dark Penguin. Thank you very much also to Small Streaming, Jeremy Cax, Spam 134134 for following, Chica for the resubscription, Swivel Teens, Ethan, and Maximum as well 8 days ago. Very appreciation for that you've done. I think I've just realised that yeah, I've done the wrong one. I have actually done the wrong one. Here you go. Here's the graphics. Bit delayed, but very well, very well. Anyways, that was the Hypercross 3. This is GT3s we have to look out for. We're expected for Ryan Ward to exit through to the final corner, and is going to record for his first lap time on the Ferrari. A good chance to maybe propel something back here for the Englishman. He seems to be struggling a lot, but he always seems to be strong here at Le Mans. And a benchmark for 3:26.352 is currently been beaten by Goshlak, who's on a charge. The 3:24 propels his Porsche up into the lead for now. Cancel Christian Blind, that previous championship leader, has managed to split between these two. A brief yellow flag, though that means that he has paused out somewhere. Lorenzo Hendricks, previous race winner, is going to start for his flying lap. We can expect Sebastian Waters down behind the similar Peugeot to follow through his day through the final corner with the wing of the 963. And across the line for Sebastian, only just fourth for him. Karen Rivera onto the BMW, just exiting out through to the furthest part of the track now, and it's going to make us all the way back now onto the way. Of course, utilising those S's much to his advantage. Rivera does seem to be, I think, well, apart from with Kader and, well, he did actually seem to be really good. Kader goes for across the line 3:58 and a sub 4 minute time to kick us off here in the GT3 is very, very good. As you can see, the sun is absolutely shining. Absolutely perfect conditions here for qualifying, if you ask me. But the track will indeed get hotter, and you can expect to see a lot more grip come over through. With Samuel Bellman just all over behind, he's going to come over through into P3, now down to 4 as Brian Mass and Howard O'Cock all go across the line now. And they will set for their representative times at 4:02.1 and a 4:02.7. Somewhere slow. Stuart Brady follows along with his teammate. Nearly sub 4 minutes. Nearly. But that'll be it as things stand. Okay, quick overlook through as the graphics slowly start to update. Goshlak holds on to the lead. Christian Blin 1.1 seconds behind, followed by Ryan Ward 2 seconds behind, with Waters 3 and Francis going across the line somewhere. Mass seems to be back into the pits. I cannot see. Ward has also returned back into the pits. I think that might have been the yellow flag for him. Bartels through the final corner. He'll go. And he'll be starting through his final lap onto the Ferrari. We're going to ride on board with him a little bit for good measure. Here we go. So, Le Mans is a track that needs no introduction. Starts off with any race does for a first corner. And following for the chicane, the Dunlop chicane, pretty elongated compared to the final chicane. Over through there, you can utilize the curves as much as you want. Onto for the Dunlop Bridge. The series of S's go straight downhill, a little bit technical in some ways. A wider radius for the first one, but more tighter for the second one. But the exit area is absolutely crucial to hit for that apex. Swing right back round, and you have to aim your corner right for here perfectly. One of the most difficult parts of the corner, Tetra Rouge, nearly for a double apex. Swings out for one, and then hit over for the other one if you ever so must. Down onto the back straight now for him. And we're going to see that speed climb and climb and climb as the straight continues to get longer and longer. Usually in this season is wherever we see the cars reach for their top speeds. The GT3s you can expect maybe the 290 range, and we do just about see the 290s for Bottas before it has to brake very hard for the first one on one of the first Millside corner chicanes. That's down for an exit through the other one. And again, a complete slipstream fest. This is where slipstream can also be very beneficial down for the qualifying, as long as you make for your overtakes. 2/10 slower though Bartels is, but it's still going to be a good improvement and a good lap time to represent for himself. Second one, upcoming now. Almost the same characteristic as the first one, except this time it swings over to the left instead of the right. The second one's gone for pass now. That means that is the shortest place on the track now goes on ahead. Expect for an earlier break-in though. You have to really think about the line you have to take to partake in that. Verlage de Mulsanne has a 2 apex 1, swings out for the 1, another outside and then back over down for what is a very tight corner. Following through with exit curb to Gulf is going to be what separates between the Mulsanne and then the ESAs to Indianapolis up ahead. You can see Bartels just making his way past through one of the GT3s to navigate out through. Another place where you can expect a bit of a slipstream fest as well as up here. Another yellow flag somewhere, but that's going to disappear. 285 before this light braking down here, and they'll lift it up, go, and then brake on again once through. Near 90 degrees through one Indianapolis, and it's going to be 90 degrees for the other one. Very soon of Arnage upcoming. Keep it nice and tiny through 75 kilometers an hour. As Bartels does take out from an exit now, using as much as the outside area as he possibly can. The curb to Busan up next. Again, another one completely flat out. Another one where you can really stretch your legs just ever so slightly. Now the technical S is coming out through to complete for the third sector. It's the Porsche curve that comes on through first. And then through the karting one where the karting track nearby is just over for the fence. Hugging on through, down over here, you can't really get for the inside as much as you can. It's better to go for in, out, and then back in. The Massa Blanche upcoming. Completely flat out near chicane almost. And then here we go, the infamous final chicanes come out through. The Ford chicane is the one through to come on first, followed by through the Recobon, the final corner. And Bartels will be the first one to set along for his line on. For the fifth, it will go for him. 6 minutes left to go. Still anyone's determination to see who come out top. So Bartels does indeed break up into the top 5. Goshlag still relatively in challenge, relatively unbeaten. This is Goshlag here through the Porsches. Ward, Hendricks still on their outlap, so they're the only ones not reaching times at the minute. Waters, I think, is going to step for his lap. Frantics has not yet managed to set and represent his lap time, still 11 seconds off. Through the final chicanes that we'll see Goshlag go. The Ford chicane first. Reclamont chicane coming up next. Is there going to be any more improvement that we can see from him? Goes across the line. Pushes himself even further. 3:23.009. That will propel him well ahead of Kenza Christian Blin, the hometown hero that has won here last time. Seems to be in Goshlag's favor now. Quite ironic given that Porsche, again, known to be very dominant here in Le Mans. 4 minutes and 20 left to go. And here it enters into the pits now. Porsche Bauer Also, I think not quite separate lap time either. Either that or he's just having a very hard time trying to set a fast one with all the traffic again going in ahead. 17 cars though here today, so it's going to be a pretty lonesome race, at least for a couple. 6 in the hypercars, 11 in the GT3s. I think ironically there's actually been less showings of Silverstone, a DLC track, than Le Mans, I believe, which is honestly extremely impressive. Stuart Brady still on to second though. He's about 8/10 away clear from Rivera, but could be a chance to maybe push himself just a little bit more higher. The Fortucade he will go. The second one up ahead goes through the line, and a 59.861. That is an improvement indeed. That'll push himself up a bit further ahead from Rivera. Warmstrat does improve. He pushes himself up into third and displaces Rivera. Wow, that is a 1/10 off from Brady as well, so it's almost looking to take away P2. It's not going to be at all very easy for him, as Raul has hit the wall, spun in some ways, and I think that might be a bit of a time. Warmstrat has gone to pits as well. Kenzo Cruz-Armblin riding the ball with him. Let's see what he can do. 32.1 for the first sector. Still quite slow. 85. So it's not really looking to... Gosh, that does seem to be effectively a man on his own. But of course, qualifying doesn't really win the races. Strategy has always been the name of the game here at the Le Mans series. Just under 2 minutes left to go. So that would be about under 2 minutes for people to set... Alright, attempt to set valid lap times here. Despite its hecticness, it's been actually a relatively calm qualifying session here. Across all the other ones we have thus far here today. Katie, Cater, Warmstrand, Cater, Brady, Warmstrand, Rivera, Mass for the top 5 here. Goshak, Cruz-Armblin, Wart, Waters, and Hendricks in the hypercars. Ooh, a bit of a wiggle there from Kenzo, but he manages to keep it through on ahead, as he still manages to try and navigate through the S's with some precision. The Virage de Ford upcoming. The S is the chicane de Ford, actually. No, Virage Ford, I was actually right. The final corner for himself goes for across the line. Cruz-Armblin, what's he going to do? He does improve 1.8 seconds off from Daniel now, with 45 seconds left to go. Brandon Cater is still not done yet with his dominance. He wants to try and push himself even further. Cato, Brady, and Warmstrand, as we mentioned, are the only ones to have set the sub 4 minute mark, but only Cater is the only one to break it even further down to the 358s. Into the gravel he'll go, out for Indianapolis, so that means that I don't think he'll be able to improve as much as he would be able, or would like to be able to, which is a little bit unfortunate, especially when you consider like how good he has been. Let's see, of the S's, well, the different Virages, and yeah, he's kind of cooked it in, and I don't think it was expecting an improvement. That mistake over at Ornage was just way too costly for him. The checker flag does drop. We're going to see if there's any more improvements left to be made. Belgi has, he's hit the wall. I believe that might be in... Oh god, the penultimate corner. That's unfortunate for Maxime. Shibora is still setting for his. The hypercars is set, so we know that for certain. Rivera through to the S's now. He'll go. Virage to point, upcoming, close to the walls he can. Down to karting. Again, just very, very hard. You can just see the go-kart track from up here. Massive launch upcoming, which he takes pretty well. Swings on right back down, approaching down through the final two chicanes now for Rivera. If the Puerto Rican can improve, it might be a very good one. He's about 3/10 slower than Wormshot was. 2/10 slower than him as well in the first sector. That flag is dropping. If it's an improvement, it won't be enough. Yeah, and it wasn't indeed, because he didn't even set it in. Bartels. The yellow flag there, that was from Bellman. Bellman just crossed the line, still finishes in 8th. Bartels was in the top 5, is outside of it. Can he break his way back in? Yes, he can! Bartels gets himself up into P4. And one of the last minute changes that we could potentially see here. Only Brian Mass is the last one to go for across the line, himself and Paul Shabor. Kiko says, hello, where are you from, guys? Mostly. Not going to speak a lot for the people, but I think a lot of these people are European, I believe. Goshak is German, I think? Crucial Blade is from France. Wartime. A lot of people from a lot of countries. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Let's see what Mass can do. Final one across the line. And it's going to be interesting to see if he can also break into the top 5. No, he cannot. He is just too far off. Unfortunately. Paul Shabor, last run across the line. And it is an improvement for himself, and he's only just about 300s away from Vaccine to almost take last place. So very good last minute improvement there from Paul, but will still find himself still in last place, which is still, I want to say, a very, very good fight. And that's our session results here. So Daniel Goshlik has gotten, has managed to win a very impressive one, 1.8 seconds clear of Kenzo Crucial Blade, who holds on through the second, trying to do his best to reclaim himself back into the championship picture, but with the very good position he is in, I definitely believe so. Ryan Wart's third. Linus Buskushkas. Yes, I think I forgot. Thank you, Maxime. Ryan Wart for third, with Sebastian Waters in fourth. Lorenzo Hendricks fifth, which is only about 4/10 off between Waters and Hendricks. So Waters just about edging through his manufacturer mate there, with Eva Frantic 13 seconds off from the pole. I don't think he set a representative lap time at the end, or was it equated to the setup, which is fair enough. And then into the GT3s, it is Bradley Cater holds on for to another fantastic pole position with Stuart Brady following down from behind. Very, very close that probably he would have liked to imagine. He was about under a 10th between that from himself and Wormstrand. Those are the only, himself and Bartels actually, the only ones to have broken into the 4-minute mark, I believe. Rivera completes our through to the top 5 in 5th, with Brian Mass in 6th, Harold DeCock in 7th, Samuel Bellman 8th, Raul Pigdeal 9th, Maxine, who's in chat, hello, you completed our through to the top 10. And then outside of the top 10 we have Paul Shabor 11th, and if you are correct, then Linus Bukushkas will be Dean, starting over in the final row. I think we're waiting for the cars to the timer slowly starts ticking down as we wait for the formation up to gently start. Watch me die in 2 and 2, 2, 3. And Kiko says good luck. Dead. Okay, formation lap is just slowly starting to begin, and we'll go over through to the order. Goshlak is the one that holds on through to the lead. We'll actually have a look for the... There we go. It is Goshlak holds on to the pole position, followed by Kenzo Christian Blin over in third. Down behind it is Ryan Ward, following through with Sebastian Warriors championship leader. Lorenzo Hendricks down in fifth with Eva Francis in sixth. Wagner Marquez down third and seventh with Yannick Sedler following down from behind. I think they must have not done qualifying, I believe. Jacob Sabora follows down from behind, along with Ben Ward. Did not make an attendance during qualifying, so he will be there during the race. Then it's over to the GT3s. It is Bradley Cater, another pole position through to his name. His teammate will fall from behind, accompanied in second with Warmstrad third, Bartels fourth, Rivera fifth, Mass sixth. Harold is in the pits. Bellman is seventh then, so Raul eighth, Belgian ninth, Shibora 10th, Spokushkas 11th. Thank you very much for the partners that have supplied us for here today, including S16 Sports. Get your products here using the code Phoenix Sports for 5% off a discount. I'll bring up the graphic very soon as the race goes on. But yeah, it's pretty inflated numbers here. Here we go. And the green flag drops. We're underway here at the Circuit de la Sarf. A good start for Goshlak, actually. Kenzo's going to make it through. Free wide coming down from behind as they go over for the Dunlop curve. It's going to end pretty interestingly here as they all go on for safe now. Approaching over down for the first three corners. A bit of the bollard's been knocked down from behind. We're going to see if Brady still holds up to the lead. Brady has gone off. And that's enough for Cater to retake onto the lead. He loses another position as well to Warmshot further down behind. As now they exit out through the corner. Tetra Rouge upcoming next as we see Lorenzo Hendricks dropping out for the order, losing out a bit of the position to Franzix. Franzix almost going to go for side by side, using for the slipstream. A bit through to his advantage. Down onto the straight they'll go. And they're going to use the slipstream here, and this is where all the slipstream theme fest is going to come up ahead. Waters against Wart. Hendricks against Franzix. And then on to the GT3s, actually out from Tetra Rouge themselves they'll go. And here we go. I think that will be Mass going over through. That would have been very, very close. Mass almost tries to look his way through the inside of the Bellman, but to no avail, and has been denied. I think that's unfortunate for Brady. Brady, from that one mistake over the Dunlop curve, has pushed himself from second all the way down into seventh. But what's happening above through ahead? That is Francis going side to side with, I believe, that will be... No, it's not. That will be Shibor going side by side with Hendricks almost making the move, but to no avail. Settler following down from behind, up against Wagner Marquez. They're going to go in a bit of a battle for P8 as well. Ben Ward fills himself off behind. Must have some sort of... some sort of issue, I believe, going on with this car. Slipstream a little bit now, going over to the Virage de Mulsanne upcoming next. Very, very close. Super, super duper close. Here we go. The slipstream now, and they're both going to be going for bump drafting. Side by side action going on here. And is he trying to look for a move? He is trying to look for a move. Lorenzo is also in the midst of a problem on his own against Evo. And look at this overtake here by Yannick. Down for the inside of Indianapolis. He'll go. That is someone gone wide. That is Shabora. And he'll drop down 2 places. Maybe even another one if Ben Ward's caught up, but he's not close up. And we'll see how the GT3s are looking. Cater still onto the lead, 1.3 seconds up for ahead. That will be, I think that was, I'm not sure that was Brady, I believe, going side by side. And he's managed to make another place up ahead. Bellman upcoming next. As Mass almost has looked out for the inside, but he has been denied by Brady. Brady still souls on the 5th. The tower is up now. 60 minutes we have ongoing. Or, yeah, 60. Shorter this time. It's usually 70 we have, so 60 will make it a nice little round number, I believe. Oh, goodness me, that is so close. Oh, Bellman's off! Bellman is off. He's got himself off sideways. And that'll be another person that has been spun around. And will rejoin, I think, about in P11. No, even more than that. Raul is actually really far off back. Harold has struggled even more. I think that's just because he's left out the pits too late. Holds on for the lead. Gosh, like will go. Banawar, I think, manages to make for a spot. That was Shabora gone into one of the chicanes that will cause through another retirement. Let's see, Relance and join us 1 hour. You can still get positions back. Oh, yeah, Carl did say the game crashed, but that's why he's managed to rejoin. So that's lucky for him that he's got in about 130 seconds off, but I still find that's still going to be valuable points if he does finish the way he does, and especially with Le Mans. I don't think there would be any other, like, there's no better race to continue on than here. So indeed, he'll still go on, which is really, really good news for everyone up ahead. Evo up for 4th. We'll have Hendricks to keep by high for company. This is going to be over for P4 at the moment. And you can see here the 1v1 battle between Evo and Lorenzo. Lorenzo, again, the championship leader. His closest rival, Kenzo, is currently up ahead. But I don't think Lorenzo is going to be too concerned about it. He does have a good, comfortable point lead out ahead. A bit wide though Evo goes. And Lorenzo looking to try and take any sort of advantage through that. Oh my goodness me, Lorenzo tries to have a look for it, but Evo has denied him. So close. And it's to no avail. Oh my goodness me, that is so close. And they were still going off. Here we go. These chicanes, they'll go, and Lorenzo really throws it in. He's trying to do anything he possibly can to put pressure into it. Too much on the sausage curve. Evo will go, and this is going to be crucial time for Lorenzo to maybe take a bit of advantage for it. Using over for the session, going for the start finish straight. Through the up curve, they will go. A butcher over through to the chicane up ahead. He's going to have a look through. I think Evo is just way too far ahead for Lorenzo to capitalize on it, but he's made a mistake through the 3rd corner, and Lorenzo's going to go side by side onto the Dillon bridge. They both make contact side by side, and Lorenzo gets himself up into 4th. And a good move indeed by Lorenzo, the German driver this time. I got it right, Lorenzo. I got it right. Has got himself up in the 4th. Linus Pakushkas has made his way past Brian Maas through the yeses to get himself up into 5th. But Maas in the Porsche are trying to make his way to claim it back. Actually, Pakushkas has done very well this season. And I think he's been one of a very good podium gainer, I believe, in my opinion. So big congratulations over to him. we've already got 3 retirements already, so 4, I think. It says only here 3, but Shabor, I believe, was another one, but yeah, there he is. Yes, we've got 4 retirements already thus far. Out through Tetra Rouge they will go. Out down through to the down for the straight now they will both go. And Spokoshias does seem to be kind of running away with it here. Evo and Lorenzo still going a bit of side by side. Evo has found his way back up ahead and passes over through. Curb the Gulf. And Lorenzo trying to use the substitute to try and get his way back over through at the Yeses doing the Indianapolis. Not quite close enough though. Again, very, very close that this one has to be here. A bit of a poor exit though for Evo means that Lorenzo has to try to ways to look through, but not quite close enough to really bite. Coming over through, Arnage upcoming. You can see Wagner Marquez just kind of sniffing around in the distance to see if there'll be any sort of positions he can gain himself. But Daniel has been on a cruise mode effectively himself. 5.4 seconds is the gap. I accidentally took the 1v1 off. Masits Bakushkas side by side. Ooh, that was a bit wide. I think that was Maxime got a bit of a poor exit. Is Paul going to be able to close that up? I wonder. We'll have to wait and see. Bartels again through on his own. And the camera pans up ahead over to Masits Bakushkas. Does actually close that up enough to be indicated red, but as it stands, still nothing yet. Lorenzo going over through Tetra Rouge now. Much faster than Evo. And now a cleaner exit though. Evo's done very well to hold on to 5th place. Seems to have been a struggle or qualified or just never seemed to get a lap in. But here we go. He's testing the championship leader. And Lorenzo will have maybe something for him to think about race-wise. You can see Reinhard Ward on the right. He's going to record for one of his best race results here in the 16th season of the Le Mans Series. As the championship defender has really got to show just how much more tougher the crown has been for him to retain his crown. So much so that he's kind of out of the picture in between Kenzo, Lorenzo, and Ben seems to be the main protagonists to clinch the Le Mans Series crown. Tension between Lorenzo and Evo still going through as they're going to go slipstreaming up for a head. Lorenzo looks for a move, but to no avail. He has to just try again. Nice Dutch. I got it wrong again. I got it wrong again. Okay, fair enough. It's been strong though for Evo, I must say, especially given the the race that he has effectively have done before. Let's kill Lorenzo. Let's get those points. We have someone that's a Lorenzo fan. Hello, break to win. Okay, we will very shortly have a look for the replays. 46 minutes left over to go. Bartel's in the pits. I think that might be a scheduled pit stop. I'm not quite sure. It's very hard for the guess. 37, 94, 127, 127. That looks really slow for the final sector, but again, give me the fruit. Is that a Miku car? Wait, really? Wow, someone's... okay. Okay, I didn't know Maxi was a Project Sekai fan. Congrats over to you, I am too. A good small racing car. Yeah, you've got taste. Well done. 10 out of 10. Love the skin. Absolutely impressive. Let's see, with Paul and Maxime in a battle for P7. We'll see what they can do. You can see the bollard out there in the distance, swinging on by, saying bye-bye. Ooh, a bit of a flash in the lights over for Maxine. That's where you know stuff is gonna go down. Paul gonna look for a place to really bite it up for a head. Just gonna try it. Gonna do it here. As the straight continues to go on side by side here between Paul and Maxine for P7, and it's still gonna go side by side. And look at that. Maxine just swings on by Paul just with the inside. Couldn't really quite commit to it. Maxine did. And Maxime eventually pulled away about nearly 8/10 off from ahead. And that's provided to be pretty big beneficial, at least for Belgium. Alright, we will have a look for the replays now, so let's have a look for the replays. Okay, first of all, Waters was running as high as 4th, and that was... I think that's been a pretty big devastation for him. So there's Indianapolis. That's... who was that? Yeah, that was Evo. Evo gone wide. He hits onto the gravel. Yeah, Yannick retired. Oh, Bartel's retired as well. Jeez. Okay. Here we go. Through the third sector they will go. This... oh, goodness me. That is massive contact. Wow. It all happened so fast as well. It was a literally blink and you miss it. And yeah, no matter how hard you can get for that. The turbulent air from Wart's car just, yeah, being that close, I don't think, yeah. I can properly understand it. Jesus me, that's a monumental crash. Absolutely. And then Yannick Sedlar. Also, in the same S's as well. All that dirty air that's produced, you can't really... it's extremely hard to navigate through the S's with that dirty air that's kind of produced. You can't be too close over to your opponents, but if you fall too far back, you've got no chance of, you know, climbing up for those positions as well. I think Raul just struggled big time, I believe. Oh, goodness me. Okay. So we got one coming out from one of the most chicanes. Is it just too even on the... yeah, it's too even on the curb. Oh yeah, I can understand that. just so it's so difficult as well. And then when the car's so damaged, you can't really take the S's on flat. And you can see there, that was who was that? Bellman? There's Bellman, he's gone off. And Senlar got, then Pacdale got off even more. Loses his rear wing. Yeah, fair enough. Who was it? Shibora? I mean, Shibora... Oh dear. Was that a disconnect, or was that... Hard to tell. That's honestly one of the few crashes that it's honestly hard to tell if it was a hardware failure or not. And then Bartels was our next retirement. Okay, first of all, did something happen to him? No, it just... Oh, there it is. Yeah, so I was wondering if something happened to him. It was happening over here through on Ash. On for the curb he'll go. A bit of turning. Oh, God. Gone too deep and the barrier comes inwards, and yeah, Bartels a bit too much for that before that understeer. And then he retires again, which I wonder what that was again. Okay. I see. Fair enough. I think if he just simply lost it, then yeah, I can understand that. Alright. We've seen all the retirements. That was quite honestly unfortunate. Self-inflicted. Yeah. I can understand that. Through up ahead, 38 minutes left over to go. Gush like still controlling over the field. He's now moved up to 8 seconds now. The gap between himself and Kenzo seems to be growing ever more so slightly, but Brian Wart, chance to get a P2 would be also pretty impressive with his nature. With Lorenzo down behind, he can't seem to match Evo, so he just seems to be languishing over for on 5th. Down through behind, development's happening between Bellman and Shibora. Maxim has managed to make an overtake, so he's up ahead in 7th. He's not quite out of danger just yet, but he's got himself a bit of a breathing room. And Bellman, with his mistakes, looking to capture his way back up ahead. I don't know why it's reading like that. It's saying that Bellman has yet to record a fastest lap. I'm pretty sure he already has done one. Swings on through. Don't think it's really any weather to really inflict any sort of pressure. You can see though, as Bellman's now, after spacing with Shabor, looking closer up to Belgium now for P7. Ooh, Bellman's getting really close over for Indianapolis. Ooh, and he's made his way through, but Maxime is doing everything he possibly can to stay into it. The S is upcoming next. Bellman seems to be on a better advantage, and I think the slip line, straight line seems more suited for the BMW as he makes his way through. Spikushkas and Rivera for P4. As soon as I say that, he goes into the pits. Hal's still out, so I'm not sure what that is. Well, the first of the GT3s going into pits. As soon as I say that, Evo and Lorenzo are going to go for it again. Lorenzo's caught himself a little bit more this time. GT2 traffic in the way, and will split the two hypercars a bit apart. Favor for Frantics, who pulls away. Ryan Ward has managed to catch up just a little bit over to Kenzo. Almost. Bellman also into the pits as well. And as soon as I say that, Spikushkas leaves the pits. So that will leave Spikushkas ahead of Bellman. Ooh. That'll be not Bradicator, Stuart Brady. He's ever since he lost the lead ever since he lost P2 to Wormshire, he just seems to be relatively in a comfortable position, but Wormshire really seems to be doing very well thus far. Darius they could be looking for one of his strongest results yet. And the Norwegian on course for a very, very good result from up through. Ben Warp makes his way past through Brady. You can see Ryan just catching up to Kenzo ever so closely. It just seems to be Kenzo slowed down just ever so slightly a little bit. We could be looking for a battle between these two as it stands. For Indianapolis they will go. And indeed, very, very close. For the extra cruise. Here we go. Close move between Kenzo and Ryan. Super, super close. I think Ryan's still all his best to just close up, but just not quite happening yet. It's just... It does seem to develop, but it's just not seem to go over there, though. Ryan goes wide. It does go wide, and... Wow. And that seems to be pushing a little bit away. Lorenzo and Evo both dueling for P4. Hasn't quite been done yet. And I mean, yeah, I mean at all. Jacob is still running, so that's good news. So he's only about like... He has managed to get the internet connected, so that's good. Again, he's 7th in the hypercar, so that's still very big points. There we go. Ivo Lorenzo battling up for P4. The slipstream through to Lorenzo's advantage. He can utilize it as much as he wants for the Mulsanne. But Ivo will have to pick a line for the chicanes though. Which one he feels more comfortable defending. Lorenzo doesn't bite just yet. He's going to wait for his turn. Really wait to capitalize on it. And he's not in any rush still to do so. Still only got about 30 minutes left to do so. Maxime, both into the pits. And Ivo is gently pulling away. Ooh, and a bit of a wiggle there from Lorenzo. That means he won't be able to capitalize it too much. Through and out on exit. Bit of a kick up on the gravel though. Kenzo really seems to be, can really feel Ryan Wart's gaze over these last few laps. That gap you can just see onto the live screens, closing up even more. 8/10. It's the closest battle that we have so far in this race. More than halfway through. 29 minutes we have left. The third sector they'll go. This is where Wart can really either capitalize it or not. He just needs to do very well through here. See how much he can mitigate for the loss from the dirty air that Kenzo is producing. Kenzo in the midst of a chance to maybe make it a 1-2 will be hard for him. Now we could see another battle if you want. This one's between Ivo and Lorenzo. This one also seems to be quite gaining a little bit too. Just want to make sure. Straight over for Tetsuru's, they will go. Ivo still heads up ahead from Lorenzo. Kenzo has done very well to mitigate the pressure that Ryan has been giving him and has now pushed that deficit up to 1.1 seconds. As Ivo, 1.3 seconds for the gap between himself and Lorenzo, still as it stands. Someone is, I think that will be Jacob just making an overtake on Maxime for overall P14. Has now got Brian Mass up ahead. And this is going to be for the battle of the P7s. What fun. Okay, since we're this way through, I can bring up this, and I can also bring up the pits. So we can see the number of pit stops that they've all made. Okay, so we got Spakushkas, Mass, Maxime have all made for their pit stops. I think we also missing just a couple more. No, we will come over for that in a minute. Ben Wart's retired. Ben Wart's retired. That happened a lap ago. Oh goodness me! So another retirement onto the board we have here. Okay, fair enough. So there's only just 17 cars in the field. Alright, we'll look for the replays on what happened to Ben. Okay, let me see. No. Because that only just happened very recently as well, so I'm pretty surprised by that. Oh, goodness me, that wiggle. Huh. That's weird. So another retirement. Interesting. But yeah, as it stands, 17 cars left onto the field, 10 in the GT3, 7 in the Hypers. We've lost 2 in the GT3s. We've lost 3 in the Hypercars. Initially starting this race out with 10 Hypercars and 12 GT3s. So now only down to 10 or so. Under through the trees, you can see Brady. That is just about 7 seconds as well. Huh. Brady still does lead the field. 24 minutes left to go. Again, the question is, we did see Maxime, Bellman and company pit, but the question is, when are the leaders going to pit? Could be eyeing for a completely different ball game altogether. So we'll see. Sausage curb, they will go. Ooh, goodness me, that was really heavy there from Bradley, but not too much worry for him. Still comfortably 6 seconds ahead from Emmerich. But speaking of comfortable, Ryan, Wart and Kenzo in the midst of their battles again, and this time it's looking to be even more closer to Ryan's favour. I think the question is just really how much can he utilise for that switching, because it is just going to end at the end of the Mulsanne straight with another corner. But luckily for him, there's another straight just up ahead that is just as powerful as the one that he has just driven. Takes it a bit more of the curb than Kenzo does. 6/10 off. We're going to see that climb even more quicker. And here we go. 307, 310, 315 kilometers an hour. That's about 5 kilometers faster than what Kenzo is doing. Look at how much that switch has managed to make him cut up here. Down over for Indianapolis that he'll go. 90 degrees for the left hand. A short straight up ahead. And then it's going to be the 90 degrees of our 9 shot coming next. A chance for Ryan to really bite the bullet and to try and make a move would definitely come. Maybe a bit of desperation to the Englishman. He's still quite far off, only 5/10. But he knows that's going to extend for the S's upcoming. Oh. There we go, the S's of the third sector are finally coming. Ooh, and a bit much onto the ripple strips. And they both go into the pits at the same time. Wowzers. Kenzo will lead through Ryan then. And that'll be Evo following through. Joy along for the field, along with Lorenzo. into the pits. They will all go now. Anticipation to see who they'll come up for on top. That is 4 cars into the pits. Ryan, Kenzo, Evo, Lorenzo. Place your bets on who will come out on first. All 13 viewers with 21 minutes left to go. And it's Kenzo. Kenzo, Ryan also exits out through. Actually, Ryan seems to have the quicker pit stop just ahead, but we'll have to follow through down behind. Just give it a sniff of the Frenchman's rear end. And they all exit out through. Kenzo ahead of Ryan. That's going to be the same way out from the back around as Evo will be for ahead of Lorenzo. Oh, could just be Lorenzo's had a really slow pit stop in comparison to Evo, I think. Kenzo leads for the pits. Maxine and Spellman going to be battling out now. Battling out, going up ahead, looking for an overtake. Bellman's going to do it against Maxime. For the second chicane, going to commit to it. It's going to stick. Yes, it does. Bellman actually seems to be... Did Bellman lose another position over? I thought I saw this happen. Huh. Could be seeing things. Anyways, yeah. 20 minutes in to go, and Bradley's the first one to first of these sub 20 minutes to head into the pits. His lead arrival in Wormshine following through suit. I think as soon as he's pitting soon. And Brady has also joined elements into the pit party. This time it's going to be 3 instead of the 5 that we've seen from the previous lap. But this time it's all GT3s, and they're all in the top 3. Rivera will also join through, so that will make it 4. I just ate my tongue on that. But I think as soon as he'll come in, we'll expect to see probably Cater leave soon. And wow, I was right. Cater exits out through ahead. We could expect to see Shabor, I believe. That is him. That is just overtaking past through the GT3s, and that means that he will be back on through. No other GT3s to worry about for himself, so he's overall P7. Same with his class. Cater exits out through, still just ahead. Warpshell will exit out through in second. Brady will presumably exit out through in third. And there is Bokushkas in the background, exiting out through the final corner. So Brady will not have to worry about him, but Rivera will be the one that has to worry about him, I believe. There goes Linus. And Rivera does overtake him. Of course, the tires are not up to grips yet for Brady. So if he loses out here to Spokushkas, it's Spokushkas that can really control the pace. Side-by-side action. Almost coming up here for the S's. Linus does know he has to take advantage from it. And here we go. Down for the S. Upcoming. Still going to go side-by-side. And they're going to go wheel-to-wheel for Tetra Rouge. Linus is the one that's going to take it, and he will take P3 from last all the way to third. Has been an incredible achievement for the Lithuanian after his qualifying ban. Although now down through to the Mulsanne straight down. Now it's a different story of defending from Brady, who has got not only just fresher tires, but now the slipstream through to his advantage. Shabora gone into the pits. He'll exit out through on 7th. Anyways, Spokushkas has a very good move indeed to get himself up in. Thank you all to the 14 viewers that have been watching through the stream. Hope you've all been having your fun with 17 minutes left to go. It's certainly been a fun one. Marquette back in time for the pits in P4. Ryan Wart and Kento both have managed to overtake and has jumped Evo and Lorenzo. So Wagner is in 4th. Evo's just there, juggling down from behind. And Ryan Wart has managed to overtake Kenzo for P2. And the battle between these two previous championship protagonists will continue on through here at Le Mans for the P2 and P3 spots here at Le Mans. After the Tetra Rouge they'll go. The Mulsanne straight coming up ahead. Now we can see the limit where Kenzo's faster than Ryan. Ryan really seems to be looking for that straight line speed. He nudges over through to the left hand side, moves on forward to the right, over through the chicane up ahead. Oh goodness me, that's so close. But to no avail. Marquez also under pressure from Evo. That is also utilising through the slipstream as well.
Pains.
Still looking close, very, very close up ahead for P2. Bit of a sniff up ahead. Just getting two cars in the midst of a fight here. Kenzo, what can he do? Through the Mustang corner. What tactic is he going to do? Trying to look down for the inside. Bit of a cuff up into the grass up ahead. That will be Shabora and Maxime. Maxime using for the slipstream now. Then it's going to be in a battle for positions here. Everything that you look onto the screen is all for position here. As where Kenzo makes this way past. And the battle will continue. Kenzo, slipstream. A chance he has very fond memories of. A chance to get himself up even higher. A chance to continue up. We'll see. No. Not quite close. But look at this! Evo swings around for the outside and closing in through to the Indianapolis to take over to P4. Paul still defending. He's got too wide. Maxim spins around. Does he save it? Yes, he does. Super, super close save. And Masters managed to disconnect it, and that will bring through maybe to another retirement. Ryan Warren and Kenzo still in the battle. Through the yeses they'll go. This time for the first time it is Ryan that's going to lead, and Kenzo has to suffer the aftermath of the dirty air. So we can expect to see that gap fall off just a little bit off. 3/10, but look at how much close Kenzo is holding to the line. He has so much more grip than Ryan. I don't think Ryan was even expecting for Kenzo to eat up as much dirty as he can and still be that close. And Kenzo looking a way to push Ryan out of his element, but Ryan will not budge through the fourth chicane. But Kenzo goes off. Will rejoin back into the final chicane, but it's too costly for himself. It's gone off to 1 over a second, and that looks certain to put Ryan, at least for the time being, into that P2 position. Evo, meanwhile, trying to reclaim back over, but Wagner Marquez goes side by side with a bit of a mistake. Gone too deep, Evo has. And that's the lad for Wagner. The Portuguese driver up into the next race in his hometown will be over through, has gone through to 4th. 13 minutes left to go. Not sure if Masters retired, but if so, it's a 3rd retirement here. You can sort of see Kenzo has been trying his best to hold on through. So with Evo down behind, but nothing can be made just yet with 12 minutes left to go. Another chicane upcoming next. Ooh. And they won't budge. It's still going to be holding up for a head. 12 minutes left to go. Do 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 do. Ooh, Evo looking over for a round. Indianapolis, they'll go. Ooh. I think that was Evo just out of line. And actually that's been very, very costly for him. He's pushed himself all the way 1.2 seconds off from the gap. Kenzo and Ryan now. Is that traffic I see up ahead? It is. It's one of the GT3s. And that's really, really diminished Ryan Ward's safety net of Kenzo's mistake from earlier. And Kenzo's now finding himself back up in contention for the race. 10 minutes left to go between the Frenchman and the Englishman here. It's a purely a titanic battle of the two European nations of England and France. Here in France. Swings over through to one curb now. Over through the straight they will go. Makes their way through. Ooh, goodness me, and this time it's going to be Brady, I believe, that loses out, that prevents Kenzo from again capitalizing. So it wasn't really a mistake, it was just more so traffic that happened earlier that made it stop. Shabora and Maxi are now in the midst of another battle. These two seem to be dueling it all the way through the race. I think everyone else seems to relatively have their own. These two definitely haven't given up whatsoever. Kushkas, I think, still to third, which is honestly mightily impressive. The other chicane upcoming. Four tenths off from behind. Closing up even more. 6:09 left to go. We can see the gap between Kenzo and Ryan just closing up a bit. It's now down to under 5/10 of a second between the two. Bradley Cater on course to make it 6 race wins in a row. Again, quite incredible to honestly think about. But Daniel Goschlak, meanwhile, who's up ahead and relatively seems to be quite unmatched, will take his 3rd race win. Only race 2 has Daniel not managed to finish as a race winner. He almost has, he has a 75% win percentage if he wins here. That's the highest of any other driver in the hypercar class. That he finishes, of course. If you want to be more specific, it's about, what, 60% maybe? I think. I could be wrong. But it is a crazy statistic to think about. Over through to the S's on the final sector. Maxime and Paul will go. Paul still holds on to a lead ahead of Maxime. I've been favouriting these two a lot, but seems to have the most battles amidst on track. Actually, I'll have a look close to the number of stops that is left for everyone. Everyone has done their 1 stop, so Bakushkas literally really did gained it through strategy, which is honestly congrats off to him. Yeah, one of the biggest position gainers as well of the field. And Paul under threat now from Maxime. We're going to see what Maxime can do here in the dying stage of the race. 4 minutes left to go. Side by side up to the Mulsanne chicane up ahead. Oh, and Paul seems really committed to defend from it. But is it going to be enough? Maxime, I think, went too deep. Gone a bit off track. Does rejoin. And they're still going to go side by side. That was a little bit too close, I believe, for either of their companies. I think Maxime felt like the need to take avoiding action. Paul felt that if Paul already went too deep, probably because of the unsuspectedness of the not the attack, but the attempt of the overtake that Maxime was trying to do. And now they're going to back over for the second Mulsanne chicane upcoming. Nothing left to those two left. Only the Mulsanne corner only just remains, and then also for Indianapolis and Onage. 3 minutes and 17 left to go. Goschlak holds on through to the lead. Still about 3 minutes and 10 left to go. It doesn't really seem to be much ambition or changing through strategy wise here. I think everyone seems to be taking one strategy and effectively run away with it, and that really does seem to be the case on here. Yeah, everyone did. Everyone really did seem to make a pit stop. And we can also see the energy remaining left for the hypercars. She used to be well truly close enough through to that situation. 2.5 minutes left to go. Goschlak onto the straight. He will definitely have this and another lap through to complete, and then he'll take through his 3rd race win of the season. Only Bradley Cater has one more than him, and that's also impressive when you consider that Bradley Cater is also on the course for 6 race wins in a row. So that's literally means that Bradley Cater has doubled the next winningest driver of this series, which is also a crazy fact to think about. And of course, if he wins next race, it might be more than. Pretty honestly incredible if you ask me. Ryan Ward, I really felt he deserved this. I think it's been a really long time coming for him. Really seems to be out of the podium some places. Got very unlucky in some other situations. Of course, the DNF in his home race has been a pretty devastating blow for him. But now he returns to Le Mans as a podium sitter, which I don't think he did last time. I will fact check. last time in Le Mans he did finish out just outside the point, out of the podium, given his contact with Cheeky. But now it's going to bring him some good memories for this time, as he'll go through to this. And what can we say about Kenzo that really did give it his all here? Last time he was here, he won, and this was a very good chance for Kenzo to propel himself. He didn't propel himself up as a protagonist, but that was Patterson I got mistaken with. My apologies. But Kenzo did manage to win this race very, very convincingly, especially with the late charge from Sebastian Boe. And now it's Kenzo that's it's going to become a repeat podium sitter here at Le Mans. Not going to be the top step, but quite close though nonetheless. The timer is ticked, and that is the 60 minutes for Le Mans done. An incredible feat that we've seen here of exciting qualifying and exciting racing. I think we've just seen Maxime finally make the overtake on Paul Chabot. Chabot having a last minute chance to claw up to anything that he possibly can. With Cater, he's going to exit himself for the Mulsanne corner though. Goes track out through the Mulsanne chicane now. Ryan Ward is now fully pulled away. He's about 1.6 seconds up. I mean, it's been very, very it's been a good race, honestly. I've honestly pretty thoroughly enjoyed this race as a whole. It's been, I think, a little bit slower than the other Le Mans races that we've had. As Bradley Cater goes into the pits. Don't think the race is over yet. Is it? Huh. He's making another pit stop. Does he go across the line? Emmerich Wormstadt's going to overtake him, I think. He does. And the checker flag hasn't dropped. Bradley? He's made a quick pit stop. I can't tell if that's intentional or not. Chat? Bradley threw away the race win. That's his second pit stop. And it wasn't a stop or go either. Out of energy, out of fuel, I believe. I will... Okay. Gee. I didn't expect it. I honestly didn't expect it. Otherwise, I was so gobsmacked because I was thinking, wow, such a late call. But that means that Bradley Cater then won't be winning this race. Then Emmerich Wormstadt seems to be on course to get, I believe, his first race win of this season, but we're expecting Gottschalk to come through for the final corner, and what a fantastic display has been for the German driver as the fans stand up and applaud as Gottschalk with the third race win in this season for his career. Daniel Gottschalk wins here at Circuit of the North. And a fantastic performance indeed for himself as he clinches again his third race win. He is the most winningest driver in the hypercar discipline thus far, and again has now stretched out of reach of Kenzo's and Daniel's and Lorenzo's 2 race wins though in a season. Ryan Ward, after an intense battle with Kenzo, he's been unlucky all season. He seemed to be on the pace all season. Were we going to see the magic that we've seen from last season? Well, finally, the day has now been his for Ryan. It may not be the race win, but it'll be his first podium since last season, and a well-deserved one for Ryan as he beats Kenzo through to the line. Kenzo goes on through in third. Wagner Marquez, by pure strategy, manages to beat Eva and Lorenzo to take on to fourth. And Eva will finish through in fifth. Lorenzo goes across the line in the final chances, final few apexes. He will clinch over through to sixth. Emmett Wormstrand, though, still seems to be relatively uncontested. Lorenzo, I think, still holds on through to the championship lead as it stands. Jacob Shabora, after the disconnect, still manages to keep the car on running. And that means he'll finish up for it. Paul Shabora manages to just beat up Maxime Belgi for P7 in the very end, with Kevin Rivera and Bradley Cater in the midst of their battles up ahead. It's going to be good. No, it's not actually close enough at all. Emmerich, for the Norwegian driver, that's done very well. Was outside of the... Here we go. The final series of quarter is left for the Norwegian. And a good display indeed for Emmerich has been done very, very well. It's the first time ever that he's going to reach not only just for the podium this year, but also it's going to be the first time that he's going to step on the top step of the podium. The final quarter awaits for Emmerich Wormstrand as he goes across the line. And he will take for his first win here at Phoenix Sport. Linus Bakushkas, that falls off from behind, records for his best result this season as well, with a pure impressive second for the Lithuanian driver. As Stuart Brady goes across the line, he continues his podium streak alive. That'll be 6 in a row for Brady. Well, it doesn't continue for the streak for Cater, as it just ends with 5 race wins. It still continues on for his teammate in podiums. But it's devastating for Cater, though. Rivera comes across the line for 5th. Bellman for the last across the line. He will complete over through to 6th, and Shabora over into 7th. Bellman last through across the line. I'm not going to do... And there we go. Bellman is the one that goes across the line. Alright, we'll have a quick through over to the results. And what a fantastic race that was indeed from all around. And I will, unfortunately, yeah. Actually, thank you for... I did see it. Maxim, I also saw your Hatsune Miku car livery. 10 out of 10 taste. Daniel Goschlak with the race win, very impressive from him, with Ryan Ward over in 2nd, Kenzo Christian Blind through on 3rd, Wagner Marquez over in 4th. So Daniel Goschlak, again, 3 race wins in a row, very impressive. Thank you, Bumps. Ryan Ward comes over through in 2nd, with Kenzo Christian Blind in 3rd. So Ryan Ward repeats over through his feat of managing to get a podium. And we have confirmation from Samuel that Bradley did not put enough fuel in, which is extraordinarily unfortunate. Now Wagner Marquez over in 4th, Eva Francis in 5th, with Lorenzo Hendricks, the championship leader, in 6th. Oh, I need to find a way to put this. Hey, my call was wrong. I didn't have the race at all. I know. You still did very well, though. Jacob Shabora over in 7th, with retirement speeds, Ward, Sedlar, and Waters. Both retirements from disconnects issues. Over through to the GT3s. Wormstad, his first win, so the first time ever that we've seen Norwegian anthem played on the GT3s this time around. Linus Bukushgas, the Lithuanian, has gathered for his first race podium, and with Stuart Brady continuing on through his 6 podiums now, which is a very impressive feat for himself. Bradley Cater, as we have confirmation, did not put enough fuel in, so that means that he's been effectively denied of a 6 race win in a row. He'll still retain for the 5 that he's got now, and will still retain for the championship lead, very comfortably ahead though. But bit of a devastating blow for Bradley. Kieran Rivera through on 5th, Bellman in 6th. Paul Shabor manages to beat up Maxim just about for 7th. Fantastic fight that you and Maxim had, really well, fantastic. And Hal de Kock, a bit of a disconnect. He manages to rejoin back over and still gains some very valuable points despite what happened earlier on. The retirements outside of that being Brian Mass, Bartels, and Pigdale. A fantastic race, I must say. So, thank you all very much for watching. I know it's been a very fantastic race to have watched, but unfortunately I won't be able to do for the interviews. So, to all the drivers that wanted to do interviews, I sincerely apologise, but I am on a way to do something very soon. We're gonna wait for I think. So yeah, as we can see, Lorenzo Hendricks hold on to the lead, 171 points, not including the drop rounds now as it stands, ahead of Kenzo. Kenzo's managed to get 135, 10 points clear of Ben, and Ben now is just about 11 points off from Daniel's time. So Daniel, with that very impressive win, pushes himself even closer to Ben, who's pretty much attended all season long, apart from this retirement. Bradley Cater, again, that has ended his streak, 5 race wins in a row. It ends here with a 4th place. That is his equal, not his worst result, but the worst result is going to be recorded, 235 points, but still not all in it for the British driver. He's still very comfortably nearly 100 points out of Stuart Brady, who's 235 to 160, with Emmerich Wormstad at 110. Silver Klepp at 86, and Bellman with that 6th place means that he's only about 2 points adrift from Klepp his time. Very good indeed from everyone as well. Thank you all very much through to watching over at Tier 1. It's been very fortunate to have commentated here through with you guys, and again, it's been fantastic to have just been here through what has been a fantastic 16th season of the Phoenix Le Mans series. Another repeat winner and a new race winner this time round, as the saying seems to go, similar to what we've seen back at Silverstone, where we're seeing a second repeat race winner, and Bradley Cater win. Algarve Portimao is the next race where we're going to be heading over through in December 13th. Same time, same place. Expect the same level of protagonists. We can still see if Lorenzo and Bradley, still the championship leaders, can still put one step onto that championship podium. But until then, thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. See you later.